So I guess on Sundays they're gonna start shutting down the airports in Houston, huh? Yep, pretty much. That's pretty much what they're gonna have to do. They're gonna start shutting down the airports every Sunday in the city of Houston. They're gonna have to. What's up, YouTube? Your boy back once again with another sport topic. And today we're gonna talk some football, Houston Texans football. Today we're gonna talk about the Houston Texans Saturday, how the Houston Texans are really building a no-fly zone in the city of Houston. That's why they might have to shut them airports down on Sundays, because it's about to be a straight no-fly zone in the city of Houston on Sunday afternoons. We're going to talk about, we're going to break it down, baby. But before we do that, like I said before, if you liking the content, make sure that you liking the channel. Make sure you subscribing to the channel. Make sure you liking the videos, comment on the videos, sharing the videos on all social media platforms, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, Snapchat, whatever social media platform you use, share on there. Also, follow me on social media. The links in the description below. We're giving away 30 days free Amazon Prime. If you sign up to Amazon Prime, you get 30 days free. So make sure you hit them links in the description. You follow me on social media. Make sure that you liking, you sharing, you subscribing, you clicking them bells, and also you sign up for Amazon Prime so you get your 30 days free Amazon Prime. So anyway, like I've been telling y'all, man, the way Nick Casario is building the secondary, it's starting to look like slowly but surely a no-fly zone, and I'm happy. I'm pumped. I've been talking about secondary for the longest, since 2017, since we let AJ Bouye walk in Fraser. I know that's a Rick Smith situation, but we've basically been ignoring it. I know we signed Aaron Colvin, and we also drafted Kevin Johnson, but those weren't good. Wasn't a good draft picking Kevin Johnson. Even though Houston Texans even come out there and said, like some of their personal scouts come out there and said they had Marcus Peters rated higher than Kevin Johnson, but the off the field concerns, questions is what basically got them to draft Kevin Johnson over them. And that Kevin Johnson's probably, outside Mo Koye, was Rick Smith's worst first round pick. But that's the organization situation because of the type of guys they want. Now, when you talk about signing Aaron Colvin, that was Bill O'Brien and Brian Gaines, and that was just a bad signing because I guess they believe the hype when it comes to the Pro Football Focus had him as the top rated corner that year, but he played with AJ Bouye and Jalen Ramsey, and he was playing at the slot. Duh, he had a good. Duh, his cover skills looked well. Remember, they was called Saxonville and Jacksonville. You got those two hogs at corner, those two dogs at corner. Of course, you're gonna have a good season. So all this stuff was very fugazi like. And I know we went out there and we traded for Garyon Conley, and I actually like Garyon Conley. That playoff game against Buffalo, he had a great game in my opinion, but his injuries just never could stay healthy on the field. And we brought in Honey Badger. We also drafted Justin Reed, but we see how both of those things turned out. But I think now Nick Casario is starting to put his guys in place. I mean, you like I say, third pick in the draft. You draft Darius Stingley Jr. Like I think he's going to be a superstar. Like I said, I made a video the other day talking about what I feel like how he's going to be the next superstar corner. So hey, go check that out if you haven't checked it out already. But I think that he's going to be that type of player. And then you back there in the second round, you draft Jalen Petrie as your safety, a guy who can play all over the field. I think he's going to play more so in the box and be more for a box safety. But he's a guy who does have playmaking ability as well, coming from the safety position. Last year, you signed Desmond King. You brought him back for him to be your slot corner. He was your best corner on your team last year, period. And you're gonna have him as a slot. Then they also signed Steven Nelson to a 2-year, $10 million deal. He's a solid corner. He's an actual legitimate starter. He nobody bats the eye of him being a starting corner. He's not the number one corner because that's going to be Derek Stingley, but he's a serviceable starting, legitimate starting corner. So when you start putting those pieces together, you have a potential superstar in Derek Stingley, a well above average player in Jalen Petrie. You have above average slot corner in Desmond King. You have a serviceable starter in and Nelson. That's how you can start building a no-fly zone. It's not complete. I don't think it's complete by the stretch of imagination. One, because I think you're going to have to upgrade the other cornerback, other safety position, because we still got somebody who's a card carrier member of the Hot Butter Garbage Club, and Eric Murray. He's more than likely going to be the other safety. So you still have to fix that safety spot. And I think you're going to have to eventually, even though, like I said, Nelson is a serviceable starter, you're going to have to eventually fix that other corner position. And I think that's something you could target 2 years from now by getting Christian Fulton. I think Christian Fulton from the Tennessee Titans, former LSU player, played with Derek Stingley. Derek Stingley's freshman year, he was the corner that was opposite of Derek Stingley. I think that he could and should be the Texans' prime target in 2 years. He's a second round pick, so he doesn't get a fifth year option. He's going to his third year this season right here. His nickname in Tennessee, they call him Fulton County because they say he be locking people up. So that's his nickname is Fulton County. So if you I think he's going to be a primary target in 2 years in the 2024 offseason. Yeah, the 2024 offseason, because that's when he'll be a free agent. That's why I think you can bring him in for the 2024 season. That gives Darius Stingley 2 years to get his thing. Him and Peter, they get they NFL experience underneath them, and they able to solidify themselves as a legitimate corner and a safety tandem. And you bring in another corner, like I said, you probably end up bringing the safety via the draft next year in the draft, or maybe possibly free agent. Maybe you can get another corner, things like that. So it's still time to build the no-fly zone defense. But I think it's starting to be that way. You're starting to see it. I know I'm kind of putting a lot of pressure on two rookies. And being a DB, especially, that's the hardest position to come into the NFL. I mean, it takes DBs a while normally. Normally, DBs don't really come into the league and be balling their first year. Look at Stephon Diggs. That's not Stephon Diggs. Stephon Diggs is the brother receiver. Diggs from Dallas. Trayvon Diggs. Look at Diggs. Did not have a good rookie season. Came back this past season. Damn near won Defensive Player of the Year because he led the league in picks. And I know people will talk about how he got burnt. He did. Because he takes a lot of chances. He's a guy who takes a lot of chances. He has recovering speed. It was one what game was it? I think it was against Washington. And the receiver made a touchdown because Diggs allowed him a lot of cushion. But he had the recovery speed to make up for it, but the receiver still was able to catch the football. So yeah, he takes a little bit too risk because he likes to try to take a little risk. Now also he got some of those risks he took. It was the reason why he got all those interceptions. So you kind of take the good and the bad, but he did give up a lot of yards. I don't think Derek Stingley is that type. I think Derek Stingley is going to take risks, but I think he's going to take calculated risks. He has the speed to recover. Especially run the 4.37 coming out of a boot, and he also has the ball hawking skills and the playmaking ability to make the plays. And I think he's going to make way more plays than give up. And I don't think it's going to be a huge discrepancy like that where he has a whole bunch of interceptions, but he has a lot of yards given up. I don't think that's going to be the case. I think he can have a lot of interceptions, but still not giving up that many yards. And I think eventually they're going to stop throwing to him. Once he starts making play after play after play, they're going to stop throwing to him. The reason why they kept throwing to Diggs, even though Diggs was leading the league in interceptions, was because Diggs was still giving up big plays. So, hey, you take it. You get your boom for your buck. Hey, he might take a pick in this play, but 2 plays later, I'm going to hit a 50-yard pass on him. And my receiver going to get me down to the 10-yard line, get me in the red zone because he's going to give up a big play. He's servicing to give up a big play. But like I was saying, corners and DBs in general, it takes them a while. It takes them about 2 years before you actually get what you want. Like, unless they're a special guy, man. Jalen Ramsey, you've seen it. Jalen Ramsey's rookie year when he was in NRG going up against Hop, going back toe for toe. Now I know Hop had Brock Osweiler playing the game, and then in the Tom Savage, so that could be part of the reason why he looked like that. But you've seen those flashes, and then boom, his second year, he took off like gangbusters. Like I say, it normally takes rookie DBs the first year or two. So by midway through year two, definitely by year 3, if they're going to be a good quality player, you see it by year 3. If they a superstar player, like I feel like Darius Stingley is, you're going to see it in year 2. But average is you're going to see it around year 3. Halfway through year 2, definitely by year 3, you're going to see these guys playing at a high level. So it might not be no fly zone just yet, but you're starting to see it. Like I said, it's still got other things to fix. Like I said, I really like Desmond King. I like Desmond King when he was in with the Chargers. I wanted the Texans to go get him in all season. I know the Titans at the trade for him, and he finished out that 2020 season playing with the Titans. But I really wanted him, and Nick Casario got him last year, and then re-up. I don't know what his contract extension was this year. I know he was only signed a 1-year deal last year, and Nick Casario re-signed him. I don't know if it was another 1-year deal, if it's a 2-year deal or not, but Desmond King played well last year. He did. I think when he had 3 picks. I know he had 2 picks against his former team, the Titans, and then he had another pick against the 49ers. If I'm not mistaken, I think he got a pick against the Chargers too. I think I said, damn, he got interception against both his former teams. I'm thinking he got an interception against the Chargers. I might be wrong. Cause I know for a fact he got two against. I know he got two against Tannehill and with the charge. I mean against the Titans. And I know he had one against the 49ers. I know those three picks for a fact. I can't remember. I want to say he had a pick against Herbert and against the Chargers. I want to say he did, but I'm not 100% sure. But I know he played well in that game. I know him and David Culley had some issues. Cause I know I think in one game he got suspended or got benched for a game behind disciplinary issues. We see how that worked out. I don't think it's going to be like that, especially when you have Lovie Smith. Like I say, I know he called the defense last year, but not him being the head coach. His son helped taking over for the defensive coordinator duties and things like that. Like I've been telling you, I think he's grooming his son to be a good defensive coordinator. That's the plan, more than likely. But another year in Lovey's defense. Now you have a guy like Derek Stingley, and you have a safety like Jalen Petrie. You'll be able to take more chances. You'll be able to do a little bit more things. Playbook opens a little bit more. You're a little bit more comfortable in the defense because it's another year in the defense, a little bit more comfortable. And I think you're going to start seeing some of those flashes. And like I said, I think you're going to see semblance of no-fly zones. Now, part of that is going to be, are you going to be able to get a legitimate pass rush? Because I don't care how good your secondary is, you still at the very least need some type of pass rush. You got to get some type of pressure to make quarterback make bad decisions, hurry throws, and things like that. Now, I know there are such things as cover sacks. I know for y'all put in the comments, oh, you ever heard of a cover sack? Yes, I know about cover sacks. I know some of those sacks and statistics come because you have good secondary play. You got good DBs. You got good corners, good safeties, a good scheme. I understand that. Or bad receivers on the offensive side. I understand that. But we're talking about two guys who are year one, who are going to be year one guys. Even though I have all the confidence in Derek Stingley because of what he had to endure when he was playing at the SEC. The receivers had to go against, and it's kind of the same thing with Jalen Petrie. I mean, Jalen Petrie had to go against Hollywood Brown and CeeDee Lamb. He had to go up against I forgot the receiver from Oklahoma State because it's a nice receiver from Oklahoma State. That came out I think last year. Who else did he go up against? Who else did Jalen Petrie go up against in the Big 12? Jalen Petrie has had to go up against some guys, but I know like the main ones, like I say, like CeeDee Lamb and Hollywood Brown, both coming from Oklahoma against Heisman Trophy winning Kyler Murray, and also against Jalen Hurts, who's a second round pick. I mean, he had to go up against some speed and set some future NFL receivers himself. Now, nobody like Derek Stingley. Like Derek Stingley, no corner has faced the most talent in a short amount of time like Derek Stingley at that young of an age and hold his own. It's one thing to play up against him, but you get beat a lot. He held his own and had the best year as a LSU defensive player, period. Not LSU corner, now, LSU freshman, he had one of the best seasons from an LSU defensive player, period. Period. At the age of 19. Going up against the receivers that he's gone up against. Not to mention the guys who we practice against. That's why I say I cannot wait for rookie minicamp. But unless I think I just seen that rookie minicamp starts like on the 12th or the 13th or something like that. Well, I mean, it starts next weekend. I'm sorry. I think it ends on the 12th or the 13th, but I think it starts next weekend. I can't wait for rookie minicamp. I really can't. And I think I seen the Derek Stingley's getting number 24 because he tweeted out a picture of him edited in the Texans jersey wearing number 24 and said, trust your process, put 24. And then the Texans reposted it. So I think he's going to get number 24. I hope because if he gets number 24, as soon as the jersey go on sale, I'm getting the jersey because I want to see what number it was. Because if he has some weird number like, I don't know, 39 or something like that, I'm like, no, he might just be waiting to see exactly who get cut or whatever and see if a number fall up. No, that's what happened with Justin Reed. Justin Reed went to the preseason as number 38, if I'm not mistaken, and then waited to the season like right when the 53 man roster was made and the number 20 was available because somebody got cut or whatever. He able to take 20. Even though I actually liked it, how 38. I liked the 38, especially him being a safety. But I mean, he won number 20. That's cool. I understand. You always want a sleeker number, so I get it, understand. But Derek Stingley, I more likely I look like he's going to get his number of 24, which is cool. So I give me a Derek Stingley jersey. That's the plan, is to get the Derek Stingley jersey. Cause like I said, cause I'm excited. I'm truly excited about this season. Like I said, I don't expect a whole lot from a win loss standpoint. Um, I feel like I think the record's going to be similar to what it's been the last couple of years, a 4 to 5 win team, but I think it's going to look different. I think it's going to look different. You're going to see the flashes in the team, and especially in this defense, especially in the secondary. Like I said, I think the secondary is big. I think it's building a no-fly zone. I do. Maybe something similar to the Legion of Boom. It's not there yet, obviously. I mean, you got you got really two cornerstone pieces in Petrie and Stingley. Those are your two cornerstones. Like I said, you have a slot, you have a solid corner, a solid starting corner, and then you have Colin Murray, and that Colin Murray, you have Eric Murray safety, and then that's a whole other thing. You have the other Eric Murray, but you still gonna have to fix the other cornerback spot and the safety spot before it's a real true no fly zone, lockdown, Legion of Boom type defense secondary. You're gonna need to fix that because you're talking about that you're gonna need to fix that. You're gonna need to fix that. I mean, they had Cam Chancellor and had Earl Thomas as safeties, had Richard Sherman, had Brandon Brown as your corners, and then who's the other corner they ended up getting? Got the Brandon Brown got suspended and then ended up going to the Saints. Forgot what the other. I can't think of who the other corner was. That was opposite Richard Sherman. Damn, can't think of who the other corner is right now. But that's how you have to get more pieces in. I think they're going to end up getting more pieces. Like I said, I think Christian Fulton down the line, somebody who the Texans are going to target. I don't know what safety they're going to target yet, but I think they're going to end up targeting another safety. I mean, I know people wanted Honey Badger. I don't think it was the right time, the right spot. I mean, yeah, I would want him from a mentor standpoint, from a leadership standpoint, but I don't think it really was the right fit right now because the Texans not ready to win, and even though the Saints might not be ready to win, but they at the very least they're ready to. I think the Saints can get into the playoffs more faster than the Texans can, so it makes sense. Plus, he's from New Orleans or Baton Rouge. He's from the area, so it made a lot of sense for him to finally play for the Saints, but. Like I was saying though, the Texans I feel like Nick Casario is building a no fly zone. Like I said, coming from that Patriot style, they value secondary way more than they value pass rushers. They'll pay their secondary players. They let their pass rushers walk. When it's time for them to get paid, oh, you go ahead, go ahead and get your check. Go and get your bag over there. But hey, Gilmore. Oh yeah, what? Hey, yeah, what sign? What trade for Gilmore? What sign Gilmore? Hey, yeah, we gonna go out there and we gonna get Akeem's leave. And we gonna go out there and get Brandon Brown. Yeah, we gonna get Darrell Reeves. Yeah, we gonna trade for Rodney. Not Rodney. Is it Rodney Harrison? Is it Rodney Harrison? Did they play for the Chargers? I think it was Rodney Harrison. Was it Rodney? Yeah, it was. Yeah. Well, we'll trade for Rodney Harrison. We'll trade for Rodney Harrison. And I know they looked up undrafted free agent with C.J. Jackson and with J.C. Jackson. I'm sorry. They looked up with J.C. Jackson and also Malcolm Butler undrafted free agents. But who knows? Maybe Nick Casario could pull some of it off too. He did find both of those guys. So I mean, I know they got the safety out of Oklahoma State. Who knows? Maybe they can get some undrafted guys in here. Hey, AJ Bouye was an undrafted free agent. Like, just like running backs, you can get some undrafted DBs that make a solid living. I mean, Richard Sherman was a 5th-round pick. Like, you could, I think Cam Chancellor was a 6th-round pick, either a 6th or a 5th-round pick. Like, Cam Chancellor went low too. Like, Cam Chancellor wasn't a high pick, if I'm not mistaken. So I think the only high pick was Earl Thomas. I think from the Legion of Boom, I think Earl Thomas was the only high draft pick, if I'm not mistaken. So, I mean, that's just good scouting. That's good scouting and making good decisions. And, like I said, this is not done yet, but I have a feeling it's about to be a no-fly zone in the city of Houston. Like, subscribe if you haven't, comment below if you haven't, click that bell, get more videos. I holla. Yeah.